the good news is we don't have anything taking place in the way of severe weather, so very good news there for the time being. There is always that potential of seeing some severe weather at this time of the year, but right now, the good news is it just does not appear to be happening, so we'll hope and see what goes on there in the course of the next several days. Looks like Facebook has finally begun to catch up and join us. Excellent on that. For those of you on Facebook joining, yes, Facebook, I know the key frame rate is too low. There's nothing I can do about it, so that's as good as it gets for right now. So, again, thanks for joining us. It is Friday night. A little on the casual side. Had a live broadcast tonight from the O'Reilly's Auto Parts World of Wheels taking place at the Chattanooga Convention Center in downtown off of Chestnut Street. If you'd like to go down to see some seriously cool auto repair work and all kinds of other neat stuff, head down there. I'll be there again this Sunday between 3 and whenever they decide to close down, so stay tuned for more there. In the meantime, thanks for stopping by for the show for Friday night. Let's go ahead and just get casual. Not much going on here for right now. The moon over Chattanooga shot. Nice shot from Myra Renault for our Langley Roofing weather picture of the day. And if you've got pictures, we'd love to see what you've got to share. Go ahead and send them in to us at pictures@wdef.com. And again, if you have the opportunity to see what's going on out there, if you'd like to see these pictures, all you have to do is go to our social media pages and find out more, and you can watch and see what other folks have been sending in as well. Very close to normal on high temperatures today and low temperatures. Still no rainfall, so we're behind by almost an inch already for the entire year. If we don't get too much rainfall in the next 24 hours, we'll probably be about an inch behind almost into the next couple of days. So we're waiting for some more rainfall to be showing up and to see what goes on with that. That will give us, again, the potential for some problems into the course of the next couple of days for anything taking place for travelers out there. We don't have a lot of major issues. We've got some rain coming into the area, heaviest over northeastern Alabama as we go into the 10 o'clock hour. That's the worst of the worst. No sign of any lightning for this time frame, but we've got plenty more on the way. This storm system, the latest one, call it storm number 1, if you will, because number 2 and number 3 coming up, that is going to be where we see some problems out there in the next few days. Some rain mixed with snow, Missouri into Arkansas, a lot more back into Kansas, western Missouri, northern Oklahoma, and northwestern Arkansas. Got a pretty good pasting of snow in some locations. This is going to be heading up our direction and moving through into the rest of the evening tonight. Now, our storm system number 1, that one, again, is now making its way to the northwest. Will be passing on through. Storm system number 2 is way out over the areas of the Gulf of Alaska and the Pacific Northwest. That is going to be digging down to the south, picking up a lot more energy. Storm system number 3, we'll talk about that coming up in just a little bit. Meanwhile, here's what it looks like for overnight. The storm system, again, could be causing some rain mixed with snow in the higher elevations. And then the system starts to clear the area into early on Saturday morning. But around the back side of this system, that is where we'll see the potential of some light areas of rain showers Saturday night into Sunday morning. Not a great deal. Cold enough in those higher elevations to where we could get some snowflakes. High pressure comes in and keeps things very much on the dry side Sunday, right on into early Monday morning. And then the next system starts to get set up all the way back to our south and west. And then things start to get really, really interesting coming up. Let me see if I can get that forecast rolling along. Here's what we're expecting for that second storm system. Better chances of showers and thunderstorms starting off Tuesday morning, and that continues through the rest of the day. Could be some more active weather down to our south. That will stick around through portions of the area around rush hour and then late Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Just cold enough that we may see some snowflakes covering the surface into and around parts of the area by early peak of the week next Wednesday. Again, keep in mind this is way, way ahead of schedule, so we'll be watching to see what we come up with there. That snowfall potential leaves the area, and much of what we should be seeing after that should be calm into the next several days before the next storm system arrives. We'll show you the 7-day forecast in just a little bit. Now, for tonight, the potential of seeing some frozen precipitation and or freezing precipitation, snow and sleet, that's a couple of possibilities. And then we see the potential north central, northeastern Georgia, extreme eastern Tennessee, mostly into western North Carolina. Could be some freezing rain in portions of the area there. And it could be, what did I do with it? There we go. Okay, this will be wind gust potential into tonight. Overnight, we could be looking at some very breezy winds as that system wraps up and heads over to the northeast. That'll be pushing on through tonight, so expecting some choppy conditions in the morning briefly. Then that's it for a little bit, but then by the time we hit around Monday afternoon, we start getting breezier once again. By Monday afternoon rush hour, could be seeing 30 and 40 mile per hour wind gusts. We could be looking at 50 to near 60 mile per hour wind gusts into Tuesday morning. This again is storm system number 2 coming in, that one way out over the northwestern United States. That windy condition will remain with us right into and around portions of Tuesday evening. And again, we could be talking about choppy conditions, winds over about 40 miles per hour. Through the rest of the week, doesn't really look like too much of a problem, but let's take it to about, say, Friday morning. This next Friday, not today, but next week Friday, we start to see winds really picking up once again, including close to 50 miles per hour. So that, if you're keeping track, is storm system number 3 in a week's time. So we have got, lots of changes coming up. This is going to be a week to be weather aware. We see no signs of any severe weather taking place overnight tonight. Winter weather, focusing on that first, wet in green, and then we see again the potential for the higher elevations. Could be winding up tomorrow morning very early. Again, Fannin and Gilmer counties will see the worst of it. Western North Carolina, extreme eastern Tennessee, we could be looking at the potential of some slick road conditions there. More limited across much of the rest of the area because temperatures, I think, will be just too warm out there for tonight. So we will see that change coming up. For the short term, we have a winter weather advisory, which is in effect again for Fannin and Gilmer counties in around the area of Georgia. But that's it for the News 12 viewing area. So these areas, these 2 counties, will see the best potential for some type of winter weather sticking around and slowing things down for later on tonight. For tonight also, we see a high wind warning southeastern Monroe County right up against the Tennessee-North Carolina line. That's where you really start getting into those higher mountain peaks. That is where we could be seeing some very breezy conditions. In these areas, we could be looking at power outages, choppy travel, maybe stuff being blown all over the roadways. So this is going to be something to really watch out for as this latest storm system begins to come on through. Let's go ahead and time this whole thing out. I know this is a lot of information, but it is going to be a very active couple of days to watch what goes. This is going to be a week to be weather aware, to say the least, on stuff. So this is the way it all shakes out for now. Let me get the bigger version in here for everybody so everybody can see a little bit more about what's going on. Island Cove Marina and Resorts, our EPB fiber optics weather cam network picture of the day. Want to get the big version out here so everybody can see all the numbers taking place. We will be getting, starting tomorrow, chances of rain continue. They'll drop off through the afternoon and evening and then come back again early Sunday morning. Then the rest of Sunday with some just below normal temperatures, not what I would call an Arctic blast, but we get the numbers to drop a little bit, so we'll get the sunshine mixed with the clouds Sunday and Monday. So there's not much going on here. Monday night into Tuesday morning, windy conditions. I would guess another high wind warning or 2, some wind advisories coming through, and then heavier rainfall, potential for some snow if we get the temperatures cold enough. But right now, it does not look to be cold enough for anything but rain in the lower elevations. Now, higher elevations, Cumberland Plateau, into and around the Appalachians, that's where we're going to be seeing the best potential of snow out of this system. Then, late toward next week, the end of next week, this is where it really starts to get a little bit interesting. Let me see if I can pan over just a bit. Right about in there, that's where we're seeing the potential of another round of rain and snow. So that's 1, 2, 3 systems in a week's time. So a lot is going to be going on. No sign of any severe weather, but winter weather, higher elevations than Chattanooga. I would watch very carefully to see what we wind up with on that. And this is going to change a lot in the next several days. So the forecast that you're picking up on this Friday night will not be the same forecast as what you get next Friday. So it's critically important that if you're traveling, know somebody who is, got outdoor plans, whatever. It is very, very, very important to pay attention to what's going on with winter weather and the changes that comes through. A minor difference, a minor fluctuation in the temperatures by just a few degrees can determine who gets freezing rain, who gets wet, soaked rainfall, and who winds up with a combination of different types of precipitation. If you've never tried winter weather forecasting, I highly recommend it as a big ego-bursting exercise. It is something that a lot of people may lay claim to, especially those wish casters out there that scream about Category 6 blizzard with 15 feet of snow in 300 hours time. It's really a lot more complicated than that. A lot more simple too in some ways, but the basic bottom line is this forecast by next week is going to be much different than our viewpoint here and now. So definitely want to stay tuned as we keep you updated on that in the course of the next several days. So again, a lot going on here. Please keep it tuned to News 12 and we'll keep you updated on what may be heading our direction. That's about it for weather. Taking a look again, the quadranted meteor shower is ending. Coming up in about 2 weeks from Saturday, the Barnard Astronomical Society of Chattanooga is going to be holding their new telescope workshop, their annual How to Use Your New Telescope webinar seminar in person at Outdoor Chattanooga at the Philip Grimes Center, 200 River Street. More information about this, bring your telescope along and your instructions, and the experts at Barnard Astronomical Society will help you understand how to use your new telescope if you got it for a gift during the holiday season, and also how to care for it, how to protect it, because these are really cool tools for looking out into the universe and seeing what we can see out there. So find out more at barnardastronomy.org. Please consider this. If you got that telescope or even a good pair of binoculars, they can really help you get updated on that. If you would like to be a Skywarn spotter and you live in Hamilton County or Chattanooga or the close environs there, again, these meetings are mainly for the residents of a county or city, but they can be, if that's the closest one to you, register for a seat. It's totally free, but register for a seat at weather.gov/MRX. Friday, February 9th, 2024 at 6 p.m. at CHI Memorial Hospital on DeSales Avenue in Chattanooga. That'll be your next chance to take a Skywarn spotter training course. Lasts about an hour, hour and a half, somewhere in there. It depends on how many questions are asked during the seminar period. If you got questions, the meteorologists and personnel of the National Weather Service in Morristown, Tennessee, that covers this part of the News 12 viewing area, ask questions, show up, be curious, find out what you need to know to become a Skywarn spotter. Yes, it is a spotter course. No, it is not a chase course. This is where chasers begin. If you'd like to be a chaser, that's great. Be safe, know the rules. Make certain you're not putting anybody else's life in jeopardy by being what Professor Charles Doswell called a storm-chasing yahoo. Let's all be safe out there and make certain that we raise the good name of storm chasers instead of denigrating them by acting like weird impulse-chasing yahoos, as Professor Doswell called them. But again, Friday, February 9th, 2024, CHI Memorial Hospital. If you're a Chattanooga or Hamilton County resident or thereabouts close by, register for that seat at weather.gov/MRX. I think that should do it for tonight. We're not going to go too much longer as we have a whole bunch of other stuff happening. Don't want to overload everybody with information. Heading out for anything tomorrow, rain early, mostly cloudy throughout the rest of the day, and then a little bit on the breezy side as well on the outdoors forecast. Catching a round of golf, again, I think you're going to be seeing more rain in the morning than anything else, but could be the potential of some breezy conditions as well, at least early on, but not the best day for an 18-hole round of golf out across the area. I'll be keeping track of everything through the rest of the weekend. And of course, meteorologist Todd Heislip will have more coming up Saturday and Sunday evening at 11 o'clock. So if you'd like to catch more there. And of course, you can find out more on our website at wdef.com/weather, and we'll keep you updated throughout the course of the rest of the weekend. Chip Chapman will be back Monday morning, bright and early at 5 a.m. I'm Chief Meteorologist Austin Onek. Here's hoping you have a happy and safe weekend. Remember, as Sergeant Phil used to say, let's be careful out there, and we'll hopefully see you back again safe and sound coming up next Monday as the next two storm systems after this one this weekend rolls on through. Lot changing, lot going on. Please keep up to date. News 12 can help you do that. Go to WDEF.com for more. And, of course, we'll see you throughout the rest of the weekend on air on News 12. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here again next week.